Oh, what's up, everybody? What's up? Welcome to Tuck Rule Takes, episode 171 of Tuck Rule Takes. The gang is all here. I am Mike Sullivan. Al is here. Liam is here. The gang is all here today because, gentlemen, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. There's nothing more important to talk about, whether it's in our lives, because our lives are important, whether it's our lives or the NFL world. Well, actually, I do want to check with you guys. You guys have anything you want to talk about before we talk about football?
Nope.
Nothing.
Nope. Let's
Nothing.
go.
Okay.
Fucking
Okay.
nothing.
I didn't want to say that our lives were meaningless and then all of a sudden be like, wait, I have meaning. But football has given us reason for meaning, reason for the season. Guys, free agency is here. It
Reason
started.
to live.
It started. And I think the only real place to start with it, and we can actually start before free agency, actually. We'll do that before we get into free agency day itself. Because before free agency, the night before, the Patriots made two signings, right? Wasn't it two signings where they signed Hooper and
One
okay.
signing, one re-signing.
One signing, one. We'll start with the re-signing because I think we're all pretty happy about it. I think Liam, when we were talking, when we did the preview, when Al dipped out and me and you were here, Austin Hooper. They signed him to a deal, 1 year, $5 million deal. Love it. I would have been fine if they got someone else. I know I was saying Michael Mayer, like trade for him, whatever. Fuck it. Austin Hooper. You have the wavelength. Him and Hunter Henry like playing together. Yeah.
There's got to be some cool tight end duo nickname that we can come up with there. We'll workshop it, but there's got to be something there.
Yeah, we'll think of something. But 1 year, $5 million. Quick thoughts on that. I'm 2 thumbs up. I liked him last year. Like I said, connection with May. How do you guys feel about it?
Yeah, security blanket for Drake May. We'll take that. And the tight end group was the best group offensively last year. So why not just keep it together for another year? Bring the band back together for another year, so to speak.
Kind of surprised that it happened. Like he seemed like a perfect move on candidate. Which, he definitely had a lot of splash plays last year that got you excited. There weren't many of them, but a good amount of them were to Austin Hooper on offense. And it'd usually be his only catch of the game, and it would be pretty dynamic. So I'm psyched
All
that
I
he's
think of
back.
is that big catch on the sideline. The one where May like put it perfectly. Hooper went up and got it. I think that catch got him this deal, right?
I think of the only touchdown we scored against the Dolphins in that second go around.
Yeah.
That one was sweet.
Yep.
May just heaves it up and he's down there somehow.
He's there.
He's good, which also ironic because he clearly wants to stay a Patriot and we very much like Austin Hooper. And I remember cussing him out when he scored that touchdown for the Falcons against the Patriots in the Super Bowl that they inevitably lost. But
So
it's
angry.
just I think that was like his rookie season, and now here, probably close to the tail end of his career, he's a beloved Patriots tight end.
Yeah, I thought for sure he was going somewhere else though. Like you said, I thought like he'd get
100%.
like a 2 year deal. I don't know where, Seattle maybe, like something.
I
I
thought
don't know,
Seattle,
something like
San
that.
Francisco, any of those.
Yeah. Yeah, but no, he's here. So Austin Hooper, thanks for coming back. Like you said, Al, best offensive, duo, probably like your 2 top offensive guys other than like May and I don't know, Antonio Gibson maybe last year. So good. He's back 1 year, 5 million, like I said. But they also another one that we all called, like, when it happened, I remember it was in the morning because I remember I had just made breakfast or was about to make breakfast or something. I sent you guys the Twitter thing that it happened. We all kind of agreed that this almost made too much sense. Harold Landry, former linebacker from Tennessee, of course, he played under Mike Vrabel, had one of his best seasons under I think actually his best season statistically overall under Mike Vrabel. He's a pass rusher. Dude looks good. Some of the football players that come in and they just look fucking good. Like they just look like good in there. Like they look like football players.
That's what I was gonna say. They look like a fucking football player. They
like
don't look like Tyquan Thornton. They look like a football
They don't look
player.
like him. And I'm going to be honest, they don't look like the guy we just talked about. Austin Hooper just looks like a typical white tight end.
Yeah,
like nothing
looks
special.
like a dude.
But Harold Landry, look him up. They signed him 3 years, $43.5 million. I like that because and it's kind of what happened this first day of free agency, and we'll talk about it. But like obviously the defense is getting built. There aren't many 1 year deals on the defense, like they're building something here. But Harold Landry, very similar to Austin Hooper with the two thumbs up, but these are two excited thumbs up because I think that he can really thrive here. Rabel knows how to use him. He's not going to be an every down back most likely, but I don't care. You're signing players who can come and make an impact, big, small, whatever it is. Let you get rid of other players too if you need to. Harold Landry, 3 years, 43.5 million, two very big thumbs up from me. How do you guys feel about that?
Really, really good about this signing. I mean, just looking at some of the quick stats on Harold Landry, 2 seasons that he played in a row where he had double-digit sacks. Last season, he had 9 sacks, 50 and a half total sacks in 6 years. You want to do quick math on that? That's 8.5 sacks a year. So you're getting a sack just about every 2 games. Listen, this guy does well against the run. He can give you a decent pass rush. Maybe he lost maybe a half a step, but you know what? Who cares? It's an upgrade. For this pass rush, it's an upgrade, and that's what you need. You need a little bit of get off on the edge, and that's what Harold Landry's going to bring. And the big thing is, what was the one thing we were complaining about last year, guys? The Patriots couldn't stop the run. That was the big thing we always talked about. Harold Landry, one of the best edge rushers when it comes to stopping the run in the NFL. So we'll take that. That's a big win.
Looks good too. Liam, Harold Landry, he's here.
Yeah. Obviously initially psyched. He's a player that we've heard about for a while. And I gotta say, and I went over it in the group chat, and I'm sure one of you corrected me, but it was one of you two, if not both, that called the Harold Landry signing. That's money. I thought like obviously, oh yeah, he played for Mike Vrabel. I usually don't equate that to them signing, but you guys were one, brought it up, and two, all over it. I don't know if it's because you're both probably far too much on the Twitter sphere, but for either one of you or both of you, like very good job. You guys absolutely sniped that one. But for him, like proven name, I like it. Al made a great point. It's better than we have. Can you guys remember the last Patriots player that had 9 sacks, let alone his career high of 12?
Probably Matthew Judon a couple of years ago.
It was Judon, yeah. He
Has to
was
be,
the
that's
last
it.
one.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
before that,
And then before them, do we know? Any guesses? Any spitballs?
Wise, maybe? I don't know.
It's a weird one. You're not going to expect it.
I don't think it's Wise.
I got nothing.
Does it go back to like the Brewski days or anything, or is it?
Is it Chase Winovich?
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no, I threw that up like a Hail Mary. No shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, that's sad, dude.
Yeah, dude, right?
Oh.
Which like, but it's not many years ago. Like Winovich was 2019, 2020, if I remember correctly. And then like Judon's like a year or two after that. So it's not like it's been like since 2012. Like, no. But friggin' still, like, and I probably would have guessed Chandler Jones. That probably would have been my guess if I didn't look it up. But yeah, no, like I'm psyched. I watched the film though. Doesn't look athletic, doesn't look like he's not like Myles Garretting his way there. He's not Aaron Donald just leveling a defender and getting there. In fact, a lot of the sacks that I watched from last season are mostly like pretty big blunders from the offensive tackle, but he gets there. And the year before, and I posted on the Talk Rule Takes Twitter, he had a stuff of Lamar Jackson on the goal line and then sacked Lamar Jackson when he was scrambling out to the right. Anyone who could sack Lamar Jackson, that's fucking highlighted in and of itself. But like he just didn't look athletic doing any of it, but he fucking got there and he got the tackle and he's a big dude. So I'm psyched.
Yeah.
This is a clear-cut improvement.
Yeah, he's big, which is what you say. I guess he's got this move called the ghost move, which is what they call. He lines up on the edge, and I don't know what he does, but it's
he
just
lines
like his
super far outside.
So
like
and I think that's it. He
outside.
gets so far out that you kind of like the tackle or whoever's out there, tight end, can't really see him, and he just with this little bit of quickness, little burst gets out there. I'm not going to get into the technicalities of it. I don't give a shit. The Patriots have a guy who can rush the passer and has familiarity with the coach. That's all that matters. That's all that we wanted. So. Before free agency even started, I think we were all going into a relatively, on good footing, shit ton of money, $130 million basically to spend. You re-signed a second tight end, you get a pass rusher for a few years. Good stuff. Free agency then starts, and this is where I think we have to start here. Elon, buddy, you got to get the shit together on free agency day. You simply cannot have Twitter crash for the first 2, 3 hours of
Oh, it
free
was
agency.
brutal.
I was freaking out. I know, Al, you had Blue Sky, so you were still getting some stuff. Liam, you were getting some things as well, just wherever. I don't even know where you were getting stuff from because you're not on Twitter anyway, so it was fine
No,
for you.
I
You
got
got like your
sources.
inside sources, but
People are
I'm
calling
freaking
me.
out. I've never done crack, but I think I know what it feels like now to be a crack fiend and really want some because I had it open on my computer. I had it open on my phone. I'm like, I had it on the TV. There's an app on the TV. I'm just refreshing there. Nothing was happening. And then it would refresh for like a minute and then go right back to shit. So yeah, that was crazy. So it was almost like maybe the Patriots are signed. Like, did they trade for AJ Brown? Did they get whoever? Did they do this? Crickets.
I am so glad that before the crash happened, that morning I set the notification so that any tweet from Ian Rappaport, Adam Schefter, Mike Reese, I would get the notification. I am
Ugh,
so glad I did that. Just
lifesaver, man.
still got the tweets and still was like, okay, got this, got this. Okay, so a little silver lining. But yeah, that was brutal for everybody. It's like, is this thing on? Like you're tapping like the glass. Is this thing on?
Dude, that's why I even texted in the chat. I was like, "Hey guys, is Twitter fucked up or like is it just me? Like, did I forget to pay like the internet bill? What's going on?" Nope, it was messed up. But like I said though, I'm kind of happy it did that because the Patriots didn't really do much to start. I believe we're sitting there, there were people we wanted. Chris Godwin went back to Tampa. Everybody we thought maybe that was going to be something gone. Milton Williams was going to Carolina. We'll get back to him. So that sucked. Zach Bond stayed in Philly. Ronnie Stanley stayed in Baltimore. Now, before we talk about the people that they did sign, I wanted to ask you guys because I want to look at these moves too when we actually go over them, kind of in a vacuum. I want to look at the moves and not. I don't want to think about the moves that didn't get made or the positions we want to make. I want to talk about the actual moves themselves. But before we get into that, who's the one guy that we didn't get that you guys really wanted? Al, I'll start with you just because I think yours is going to be the easiest. Who did the Patriots not get that you want them to get, and how do you feel about it? Who do you blame if you want to do the blame game? What's going on?
It's very easy for me. It's Ronnie Stanley. It's the left tackle because I really thought there was a chance he was going to get to free agency. And I thought if he got to free agency, that's where the Patriots, like they did for another signing we're going to talk about in a little bit, were able to just would have thrown a bag at him and said, Ronnie, be our starting left tackle for the next 3, 4 years. Here's $100 million for 4 years. Take it. But he had other plans. He was like, nope, I'm comfortable in Baltimore. I want to stay in Baltimore. I want to stay a part of this. 3 for 60, great. Sign it. When I saw that, I put my head down and I was like, well, this is how it feels. This is how it feels to lose your guys. And it also at that exact moment was like, holy shit, like everybody just goes back to their teams now. Like it's not even fun for free agency.
A lot
So
of people did. A
that
lot
was
of people went back.
that was my biggest disappointment. And just because at the current moment that we're recording, there's still no starting left tackle. So it's like, okay, what's the plan now? So that's
Yeah.
why for me, Ronnie Stanley was the biggest miss.
With Ronnie Stanley, and I this is kind of both of you, and then Liam, same question to you as well. But with Ronnie Stanley, I think out of all the outcomes that could have happened, this is the one that upset me the least because if the guy is going back to the team that he played for, yeah, like what, like Milton Williams would have upset me. Going to Carolina, like bro, you're in the fucking cellar with us. But Ronnie Stanley went back to Baltimore. Like you can't hate it. Obviously, the Patriots were in on him, but it's like, and there's another guy we're going to talk about who went back to his team that the Patriots were in on, but like you can't quite be mad at the team because the guy went back home. So like it sucks, but I'd rather him go there. Like if he went to the Chiefs or something, because the Chiefs they were in the market for a left tackle too. That's why I would have been pissed. Like, see, that this just kind of shows. Obviously, we know the discrepancy between the Patriots and the Chiefs, but like it just shows like they're gonna choose championship teams, blah blah blah. But yeah, I figured that's what you were gonna pick. So
Yeah,
yeah, but
makes sense.
Liam, I wanted to ask you as well. Same question: who went elsewhere, stayed with their team, whatever, that really hurt you the most?
So I don't know if I really wanted this guy or if I'm a big name merchant, but if we signed him, I would have been really fucking psyched. And it's not official that he has a team, even though 5 hours ago they came out and said he signed with the Niners. But Joey Bosa, like,
Mm,
just to get a name like Joey Bosa, who I don't care how much he gets hurt, just having that name on your depth chart, having 97 in a Patriots uniform, strikes fear into people. He's a big name, a proven name, and he's a monster. And if we had got him, I would have been psyched. He could still technically go to the Patriots, although I think it's almost more than ruled out by this point. There hasn't been any rumors, any murmurs, any reports of anything. It seems like he's going to the Niners
makes
solely to
sense.
play for with his brother and, not to win anything because they're a fire sale over there. But
They're done.
I would have been psyched.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, that's one. I think that was like a fringe one for me. I think just because I haven't thought about it until you brought it up last week or two
Yeah.
weeks ago. That was the first time I was even like, holy shit. Yeah, I guess I just never even let my mind think that was going to happen. But yeah, I get it. I mean,
You're
that would
better
be
off for
sweet.
it. It hurts.
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, he's definitely going to San Francisco to play with his brother.
Yeah,
Like that.
almost certainly.
Bro, I would like think about
But
it.
but we
Like,
need a defensive end, and I was like, oh, it just would be so
yeah,
nice.
yeah. I
I
mean,
know it's
this
all
is
wish
Keon White
fulfillment.
time. This is Keon White
Yeah,
time
it
though.
is.
Yeah, so I mean, mine. There's a few like Zach Bond. I really wanted him, but
That was a
even
shoe
though I
in,
know he was linked to the Patriots so much, but
was he?
I don't know where that came from.
Yeah,
But like I know I was even talking about it when I
I
said that I
literally
thought he was
never.
going to be someone.
I'm the opposite, like what you just did with Bosa. I never humored it. I knew he was the Eagles' number one.
See, I
Sorry.
let myself think it, but that's not the one. He went back to Philly. Um, the guy for me that really pissed me off, and I think this is actually a kind of a good talking point as well. DK Metcalf. I really let
What?
myself think that was going to happen.
Yeah.
All the reports he wants to play in a warm city. Okay, whatever. Everybody does, but you're coming from Seattle. Money buys you. Whatever. It comes out that Seattle lowered their asking price to a third round pick. So in my head, I'm like, I mean, to a second round pick. So in my head, I'm like, maybe an early third can get it and something else. I don't know. Um, I was like, shit, he's going to go with the Chargers. Like, that makes sense, right? Harbaugh should get Justin Herbert someone. I mean, they just lost Josh Palmer.
Yeah.
So, like,
I
get
thought
him
that
someone.
too.
Get him. By the way, Justin Herbert, there's going to have a conversation had about him. No one
Yeah.
wants him to succeed in that
I
organization.
hope I hope he has a therapist, and that
They
dude's got to
take
be
away
working
all his
overtime.
options, dude.
Yeah.
Everybody. Like, but anyway,
Everyone.
that's I don't know. Maybe
They
John
got him a
Harbaugh
running
doesn't
back
like him. Yeah,
so he
Najee
could
Harris.
throw
Okay.
80 yards downfield to Najee Harris.
Sure. Sure. But yeah, DK Metcalf was the guy for me. He went to Pittsburgh, guys,
Yeah.
for a
Yeah.
second round pick, which I get. And this is why I wanted to bring him up too, because I want to talk about the second round pick thing. And then we'll move on to the actual signings that the Patriots made. But see, Pittsburgh gave up their second round pick. I think they gave something else too. I don't really care. Then they signed him to a 5 year, $150 million deal, right? I believe that's what it was. 151, whatever it was. Huge deal. But guys, correct me if I'm wrong. Pittsburgh, not a warm place. DK Metcalf also said he wanted a. Al's trying to figure it out. He also said he wanted a quarterback to play with, if I remember, like a solid team contender, all the stuff. Nothing. He
Which
wanted a
they don't
contract
have.
extension. Great.
He had a
He got the
checklist.
contract extension.
They were like, we can't do any of those, but we'll give you a blank check. And he's like,
But how do
fine.
you feel about wearing black and yellow? And he
Yeah.
said, you know what? You son of a bitch, I'm in. That's what he
Yeah.
said. Like maybe he's a Wiz Khalifa fan. I don't know.
I
But
gotta
like,
say, Mike, I'll just cut you off quickly. I do owe you an apology because when you first came out with this DK Metcalf stuff, I was like, it's Fugazi, it's Fugazi, it's
it's
not
not
on
real.
the
It's
it's not on the elemental plane. Like and
I
I
gotta
was
watch
like,
that tomorrow
I
now.
was, it's so good. I was like, they're not going to trade him. One, it doesn't make any sense, and two, like, yeah, they're not going to trade him. And then I was like, okay, they're probably going to trade him, but they're going to ask for a first round pick, and we're not giving up ours, so it's unrealistic. And then they just keep dropping it, and and then I see the report that they traded him to Pittsburgh, and I was like, one son of a bitch. Mike was right. So I will say this candidly, I do apologize because you were right. I couldn't believe that they traded DK Metcalf, and let alone I can't believe they traded him for so little. And so, would you have traded a second round pick for DK Metcalf?
So that was going to be what I was just going to say. So the
Yeah.
compensation was the second round pick, which is the Patriots' 38th pick.
Would
So
you do
would you
that?
have traded it when the chips were on the table? And Al's nodding his head, so Al agrees. I would have, because in my head, you're going to have them, like, let's just say they sign him for like the same type of contract, 5 years, whatever.
Yeah.
You're going to have a top receiver in the league. So think about what do we want the Patriots to draft with that second round pick?
Top
Probably a
receiver.
receiver. That's kind of a guy. So in my head, I'm saying, okay, you could get a young guy, shit ton of potential, maybe even more potential than DK Metcalf. But you could also send that to Seattle for DK Metcalf, and you know what he does. You know he's good. Sure, like by the end of his deal, he's going to be older, but whatever. You can get out of deals in the last couple of years. I would have ended up sending it. And Al, you also said that you would too, but I want to spin the question that Liam just asked as well, and then also get your guys' info. I guess the Patriots didn't even offer anything to Seattle for it.
Yeah.
Didn't even
So
offer.
I
Apparently, they didn't even call.
which is
So what's up?
blasphemous.
So what's going on? Like the whole situation. Give me your thoughts.
It was a weird situation. Why would you not want a top receiver? Especially again, look where he ended up. I mean, also, who's going to be the quarterback in Pittsburgh? That's the
Aaron
thing.
Rodgers.
Yeah, probably. Which good luck with that.
I
Justin
can't.
Fields is gone.
He's awesome.
Yeah,
Like,
he's with the Jets.
yeah, great. And
Poor
who's
Justin
even their
Fields.
backup? Like, was Mason Rudolph their backup, or is he
Yeah.
gone?
Isn't Pickett?
Titans. Mason
Yeah.
Rudolph beat the Patriots last year.
That's right. I
So,
forgot
hey,
about
hey,
that.
hey,
So
we don't live in the past.
but here's my okay, getting back to
Son
it.
of a
Here's my point. This is a premier wide receiver in his prime, and the team that is looking to deal him is asking for a second round pick. You have the fourth pick in the second round, that 38th overall pick, something like that, whatever it is. Whatever it is.
38. Yep, 38.
Yeah, 38, whatever it is in terms of the order of the second round. Anyways,
38.
Yeah.
It's
You know
38.
who their
should've-
you know who their backup is?
was their
Who?
backup.
Get a fucking load of this. Skylar Thompson.
Okay. So yeah. So great. So good luck to DK Metcalf. Good luck to George Pickens because they have
Oh,
nobody
no.
to throw them the football
That's
right
awesome.
now. Which they'll get
Yeah,
somebody. Like
Pickett-
they'll draft somebody
Him and
or
Pickett are going to kill each other.
Pickett's in Cleveland,
Pickens.
bud.
Oh, no, I'm not.
Pickens.
No, I meant Pickens.
Oh,
Pickens.
Pickens.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
thought
yeah.
you were
Sorry,
saying
sorry, sorry.
like no. But
He might
again,
still kill
why-
Pickett. I don't know.
why do you
Right.
not pick up the phone? And don't tell me it's because you had all this, everything, all your eggs in the Chris Godwin basket because you saw how that turned out. That turned out horribly for you.
Stayed with Tampa.
So
Yep,
And
you
we
had
all
the-
agreed DK over Chris.
Yes.
for sure. Yeah, 100%.
Yes, absolutely. But you should have said to Seattle, what is it going to take to get the job done? And then Drake May has his number one receiver, and then you keep moving and you keep everything going.
Mhm.
But now it's still what were the two big things that Patriots fans wanted coming into the offseason? A left tackle and a wide receiver. And what do they still not have? A number one receiver and a left tackle. It's early, I get it.
Yeah.
But we would have liked to see one of those taken care of day one, is what I'm going to say.
Yeah. Yeah. And we'll kind of at the end of the episode, we'll talk about where they might be able to do those two things, because that's kind of what we're going to be leading into. But yeah, Liam, second round pick. I know I don't think you ever, like you said before, I don't think you ever let yourself believe the DK Metcalf thing could be real
Yeah.
until it kind of started to be real. What do you think? Because I feel like we do have to be kind of objective here, and I think the Patriots do deserve some criticism for not calling. Whether I don't want to like put this out there more, but it already is. I guess somewhat of a rumor report is that they're worried about like him being the veteran in the room and him not being as mature enough or whatever. I don't want to feed into that because I think that will kind of sort itself out with a good head coach and a good coaching staff. But yeah, second round pick. Patriots reportedly did not call, did not offer anything. What does that make you think or feel about like even their plan, so to speak, or just in general?
Makes me think they got to have something down the pipe because I refuse to believe they were just completely ignorant on the fact that like I don't think they had the same opinion I did because I'm a fucking idiot and they get paid tons of money to make these decisions. So if I'm like, well, DK is not available and they have that same opinion, for them to pass up on him, there had to have been some sort of plan, some sort of knowledge, some sort of something, some sort of red flag. Maybe they're worried about injury concerns, even though he's been pretty healthy for the most part.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, like there has to be some sort of plan. And you brought up Chris Godwin. He went back to the Bucks. Al, do you have the contract there? Do you remember what it was?
It was 3 for 66. I
Three
remember
for
that.
$66.
I can get you exact numbers in a second, but that was the basis of it.
Okay, while you're looking that up, if you wanted to, I guess the Patriots, their offer was
Three for
20 million.
66, 44 million guaranteed.
See, and that's a good contract, but I guess the Patriots offered a full 20 million more over the length of the contract, obviously, not year to
Yeah.
year value. So, but he still picked the Bucks. So that's kind of twofold. It's like shit, man. Like they wanted the guy. The guy not only didn't want like he wanted to stay home and you were going to give him more money and he still said like a lot more money. So that one was kind of like so like you said though, Liam, there has to be a plan. Like that
Yeah.
you can't put all your eggs in a basket that like didn't give you a verbal warning or like a handshake, you know?
Yeah. But it's a very opposite thought here, because if you didn't want DK Metcalf because you have a plan to get a wide receiver, and then you offer so much money to Chris Godwin, I have a hard time believing that the Patriots front office is looking at DK Metcalf, looking at his numbers over the last couple of years, looking at their whole career and going, yeah, Chris Godwin's just way better, and we're going to offer him an absurd amount of money
Mhm.
when, you could have traded for DK, and yes, you would also have to give him an absurd amount of money, but I don't particularly have reservations about DK's contract. I think it's actually pretty fair, that
Mhm.
Jamar Chase is probably going to get way fucking more than that whenever it's time for him to get paid. And I don't think either one of you guys would have reservations about paying DK that much if we got him here on the Patriots.
No.
Nope, not
Give him what he wants. Do what
fine with
Pittsburgh
it.
Yeah.
did. Give him a blank check.
Yep,
Yeah.
fine with it. Yeah. So it just it just
Just
sucks.
opposite thoughts. I don't understand what their plan is, but there's got to be one, I guess.
Yeah, so there has to be one. So maybe they draft one. Like maybe they're working on a trade for like a T Higgins or an IU or the golden star in the sky, AJ Brown. Like
But none of
maybe they're
those guys are more comparable with Chris Godwin than they are DK Metcalf.
true, but maybe that's just what they picked, you know? Like at
Yeah.
least like if they have a plan, it is what it is. I would still take any of them on the team.
Yeah.
Varying levels, obviously, we all agree DK
And
was
I
the
wonder how
guy.
much they're considering, how much they're going to have to pay Drake May. Obviously it's not soon, but in like two
Christian
years or
Gonzalez
whatever
next
it
year.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gonzo. They better get that Gonzo extension done next
Yeah.
offseason.
Yeah, no, you got him. I mean, you gotta re-sign Vidarian Lowe too, probably to a big contract. So
Oh,
uh no, we're not signing Vidarian. Yeah, so those were the ones that kind of stuck in my cross, so to speak. And I know you guys had yours too. But yeah, I think other than that, I don't think that they missed out on anybody really, other than the people that we kind of brought up here. Offensively, I know that Patriots fans, everybody wants that left tackle and that receiver. I think that one, if not both of those, are going to get handled in the draft. We'll talk about that when we get closer to the draft, or as things happen, we'll talk about it more. But free agency did kick off, and when we talk about these signings, I want us all to talk about them not thinking that but they still need a left tackle and a receiver. Like just these signings, like let's just
yeah.
like just the guys they're
Face
signing.
value.
Like yeah, like what's your excitement level? How do you feel about it? What's going on? We'll start with I think this might have been the first one if I remember correctly, which I am going to toot my own horn. 3 year, $37.5 million deal to Robert Spillane, guys. The first linebacker off the board, off my
Yeah.
board. I told you they were going
Fucking
linebackers.
nuts.
Mike Vrabel heard. So I thought that Bond was going to be the guy over Spillane. But Spillane, a bunch of tackles. I know he had, it was like, it's like 158 tackles. I know Liam.
I have
I
the
mean,
stats if you want them quickly. I
yeah,
don't want
yeah, yeah. What are
to
they? What are they?
make you lose your train of thought. So he was third in the NFL in total tackles with 158, and he was sixth in the NFL last year in solo tackles, which was 91.
Okay, so that's what it was. That's because I remember Al, you sent 91. And I was like, buddy, I think we are like well below what it was. So that's
Numbers are
what it was
crazy.
total
Yeah.
tackle. Either way. Because I remember I wrote it down. I remember like writing his name and going, tackling machine. This guy, if you watch the tape, he's a white guy. He wears a visor.
Where's number 41?
We're
Means
talking about
business.
aesthetics. This team is back just with what this guy looks like.
Yeah,
White linebacker,
100%.
it's fucking 41, random ass linebacker number with the visor, black
Yeah.
visor too, not just like a clear one or like a opaque one, translucent. No, we go full black BBC, BBV, not BBC. We got a lot of gay stuff
Yeah.
going.
He's a he's a
But
he's a good tackler. That's the big thing. What
yep,
has the Patriots defense prided itself on? Finishing tackles,
and they
good,
couldn't.
solid, fundamental tackling. And after that first game in Cincinnati, we saw too many missed tackles every game. This guy's going to come in there. He's going to make plays. He's going to make tackles. He can cover in coverage. Like this is a good signing. We'll take
Yes,
that. It's a good, solid
solid.
signing.
Solid. That is, I think that's kind of the key for the Patriots free agency the first day. Solid signings. I mean, you guys know I was hyped about it because I did have him on my list. I did like him. I really liked him here. I thought he would fit in well. Tackle machine. Al, seems like you like it. Liam, kind of, we don't have to do grades, but just kind of two thumbs up, one thumb up in the middle. How do you feel about
Psych,
Robert
two thumbs
Spillane?
up. Guy's a monster. His
Right.
stats are unbelievable. He's such a
Oh,
stud. These numbers are absolutely ridiculous. This year, I told you 148 combined. Last year, 100, or this year, 158. Last year, 148. 82 solo tackles last year compared to his 91 this year. His
mhm.
numbers are always growing. He's such a
Yeah.
beast.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those pieces where, like, I think this is, and we're thinking way down the line, but your championship teams have guys like this. Like, maybe he's not like super flashy, like he's not gonna like I don't know, he's not gonna be like Ray Lewis type hits and like things like that. But it's just he plays the game well. I can't wait to have him on here. So Robert Spillane, 3 years, $37.5 million. This happened while Twitter was down. So I was just pumped because Al, you son of a bitch, you said the Patriots signed someone. That's all you said. So in my head, I'm like, they fucking signed like some bullshit receiver or some like is Trent Brown coming back? Like, what did they do? But yeah, Robert Spillane, very happy about it. Patriots fans should be happy about this sign. Like, I don't let the tainted, yeah, but I wanted a left tackle, I wanted a right tackle, which they got, but I wanted whatever. No, just the signing itself, good signing, guys. Robert Spillane, he's here. He's what, like 27 too, I think 29. He's like not too old.
29.
Yeah, 29. Cool. All right. Awesome. So you have him for 3 years. Great. You turn him and burn him. I think the next signing, if I remember correctly, in this, so this one shocked me because I didn't think they were going to get this guy. Former Lions cornerback Carlton Davis, 3 years, $60 million deal. I want to toss it to you guys. I I love this one because I didn't think it was going to happen.
Carlton Davis. So, a little fun fact: Jamar Chase was interviewed, and they asked him who was the best DB he's ever played against. His answer was Carlton Davis because of how aggressive.
Really?
Yep, because of how aggressive he is, how smart he is. The only little downside is there's a little bit of injury history there, and he's known to take some chances. He's known to make some mistakes and some costly mistakes. But you know what? You get him on that CB2 on the other side of the field, on the other side of Christian Gonzalez. You still have Alex Austin back. You still have Marcus Jones back. You have a solid cornerback room, even without Jonathan Jones, who you're probably going to lose, which is fine. But as far as
Yep.
Carlton Davis is concerned, a little bit of an overpay, maybe, but he's a good, solid corner that's going to help Christian Gonzalez elevate his game as well. Another, again, solid signing.
Yeah, he is a
Liam,
good,
before
solid player.
I want to give you guys another fact too, Liam. Like before you say what you say, Christian Gonzalez was third in man coverage, passer rate, whatever it was. He was just third. Carlton Davis was seventh.
Oh, okay,
You
damn.
have you have good corners. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
Liam, did was he even on your radar? Because
No.
I think he kind of came up relatively late after we recorded
Yeah,
the episodes.
it was a couple days before, and we were looking at it. I
Okay.
kind of took a look, and I saw the name Carlton Davis. I saw Detroit. I'm like, okay, wouldn't surprise me if he was a Patriot because he played for Terrell Williams last year. So I mean, it makes
That's the
sense.
other thing. You guys know Detroit is my team. If the Patriots suck, I'm going to
Wasn't he
pick them. So I was
defensive
pumped.
line coach?
He was, but he still played in the defense. Is my point.
Yeah. At least Terrell Williams has just familiarity with just seeing him, whatever, in practice. But yeah, Liam, Carlton Davis, 3 years, 60 million.
It's fine. Definitely an overpay, but like you said, he's good. The stats are good. The injuries
Mhm.
are slightly concerning, but The interception numbers aren't exactly where I'd like them to be, but they're fucking consistent at least. Like he's always getting a pick every year. There's no goose eggs on the board since his rookie year. Like I don't really have a whole lot of bad to say about the guy. So
Yeah, I think maybe I'm just a little more high on it because I know you just like with touchdowns on offense, you do look at interceptions a lot. For me, it's like that to me is kind of a like a result of the defense you're on or whatever. Like,
yes,
man, as long as you can cover, as long as you're good, he's tall too.
because
So
Revis
like
didn't have a ton of picks.
no, because people they want to throw. And I know Carlton
Yeah,
that we are not comparing Revis to Davis, but it's
no,
just
but
like
like you're right.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
I don't know.
agree.
I'm happy though, man. To have them both on the outside, to have that be your 1-2 punch, it's got to be like a top five cornerback punch in the league. We'll look at it before the year starts because I kind of want to revisit that and see where they're at. But yeah,
Yeah.
I like it. Al, like you said though, Jonathan Jones is probably gone. I feel like we have to mention that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which you know,
Yeah,
it is what it is. It sucks, but I mean, ah, you know.
I saw it
When
coming. Unfortunately, I'm ready for
Yeah,
him to
you
go.
did. You did. I thought he would
yeah,
come back. I remember you
I
said
thought
that.
there was a chance to. But when
Yeah.
we read what the starting defense looks like right now without any other signings or draft picks or anything right now, Patriots fans, you're going to be very, very happy and say, wow, this is 10
Well, we
times better
got,
than
yeah,
last year.
I can't, because I haven't like looked at it all yet. So
Oh,
yeah,
I got
once we
it
go through
saved. I
them,
got it
I
screenshotted.
cannot
I
wait.
got it
It's
ready to
it's
go.
Al's lock screen on his phone.
I know,
Yeah.
right? But yeah, Carlton Davis, good. Robert Spillane, good stuff. Next one, I think
It
was this
was,
our, this was the
I
big
can tell
one.
you who it was.
This was the big one, right?
No, no, it wasn't.
Oh, who was it?
It was Morgan Moses, the offensive
Oh, and
tackle.
and you know what? I think this is a big one. Morgan Moses, former Redskins slash Commanders slash Washington football team slash Jets right tackle, 3 years, $24 million. He's what, 34, if I remember correctly.
34.
So
Yep.
he's just seasoned enough as an offensive tackle. I the more I think about this and watch his tape, the more I like this for multiple reasons. One, he's a big guy, great at run blocking. He's a veteran. He can do what he's got to do. Like he's not. I don't know. You want to talk about whatever lock down right tackles? I don't care. He's an upgrade strictly because now Mike Onwenu can focus on playing right guard. He doesn't have to worry about going between each one. You have Michael Wenu, you have Morgan Moses on that right side. That is a badass mauling right side.
Yep.
How do you guys feel about this? Because, like I said, the more I think about it, the more I'm like happy that three of our offensive line spots are short up.
It's
Like,
a it's a great stopgap right tackle. It's a stopgap because when Caden Wallace hopefully inevitably will be ready, then you slide him right
I
in
hope
and then
third
he
round pick.
takes over. We have been talking so much about the left tackle position that we completely neglected right tackle.
Mhm.
This is a bona fide right tackle. He's an upgrade over anything that we had last year at right tackle, especially Demontre Jacobs. Thank God we're not going to have to deal with him starting anymore.
He's like
But
third on the depth chart now. Thank God.
yeah, again, a little older. Again, maybe a little bit of an overpay, but guess what? You're protecting at least the right side of Drake May. Now just got to get someone on that left side to protect his blind side, and then we'll be cooking with gas a little bit. But again, another solid, uh, another solid signing by the Patriots.
Yeah, Liam, how do you feel about this? Because I don't think I've asked you, or we've even talked about it. How do you feel about Morgan Moses being here?
See, when I remember Morgan Moses, I don't remember him from the Skins. I certainly don't remember him from the Jets. I remember him from the Ravens, and he was a monster on the Ravens.
He
Um,
was on the Ravens.
yeah, he was a
Yeah. Okay.
beast for the
Yep.
those Ravens teams. But when I look at the numbers and when I think of him now, he's just just solid. Like he's
Exactly.
perfectly fine. He's old though. Like he's 34 years
Mhm.
old. He turned 34 8 days ago. And we're signing him to a 3-year deal. Will he play till he's, 37? Who knows? But again, it's all funny money at this point. We need solid line help right now. And anything is an improvement from what we had before. But
Yeah.
looking at the numbers, looking very short term, these are the numbers that excited me. Last year, well, take a guess how many penalties he had all of last year. Let's be realistic here. All of
Six. I don't
last
know
year,
what's a good.
he,
Is
he played
a
he
good
played
number?
14 games.
10.
10?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not good with that. Yeah, 10 is my guess though.
And take a guess for the year before then, too. I'm looking at the last 2 years specifically
Oh
for penalty
God,
numbers.
maybe more. I probably
So
more.
two
Like
years ago, he was
15.
on the Ravens. This past year, he was on
Yeah,
the Jets.
I'll go like 16 or something that year.
And
I
then
don't
last
know.
year, you said 10?
I said 10, yeah.
Okay. So get this. Last year, Morgan Moses had a total of 4 penalties. The year before then, a grand total of 4 penalties. Last year, he had one holding call. The year before then, he had no holding calls. Last year, he had 2 false starts. The year before then, he had 4 false starts. These are pretty good numbers. And
I'm gonna cry.
I can't see what his fourth penalty was from
I don't
last
give a
year.
shit.
Doesn't say,
It could
but
be anything.
it actually looks like it was just 3. I don't know what the other penalty could be on, maybe a legal man downfield, but either way,
Cool.
4 last year, 4 the year before. It's an astronomically low number. And when you compare it to, his 5th year in the league, he had 14, right around the mark that you were saying. And then it went down from there, 9, 6, 3, jumped up to 8 his first year in Baltimore, 4 and 4 the last 2 years. So he's been pretty good.
And he's healthy. I think other than his rookie year, he's played every game too,
Yeah.
or
So
something
he
like that, other
played
than his
played
sophomore year or
14 games
something.
the last 2 years, and then after that, dude is an Iron Man.
That's
He
what it is. Yeah.
played he played every single game from his second year to his I'm not good at math to
Shit,
his
where's
ninth
Al?
from his second year to his ninth year. He did not miss a game.
Dude, this is what we need. And like Al said, Al, by the way, if you're watching, Al stepped out real quick. He will be back. If you're listening, if you don't hear Al, that's why. But yeah, I think Al was right where he is going to kind of be a stopgap. I hope he doesn't stay the
Yeah,
whole 3 years. I hope Caden Wallace
100%.
takes over after that second year, maybe. Because I know that the reports were the Patriots were still high on Layden Robinson and Caden Wallace. So hopefully they step in. But yeah, I think he's just a solid veteran. He stays healthy for the most part. He doesn't get too many penalties. Like God, I can't even remember how many times we came in after a Patriots game saying, "Well, fucking penalties fucked us again." Like,
Mm.
don't want to deal with that.
When
None of it.
all our lineman signings from here on out, I'm going to these stats. I want
Yeah,
how many
please do
penalties
from
you've
here on.
had.
Yes. So
Absolutely.
hopefully,
All
if
I
they
care about is
sign someone,
penalties. I don't
yeah,
care if he gives up 70 sacks. I want no
just
penalties.
penalties. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Um,
please.
I do wish Al was here because he can hear, but I just saw on NBCS Sports Boston or NBC Sports Boston or whatever, they're kind of talking about the Patriots, what they did for offers. I guess they made a massive offer to Ronnie Stanley for over $24 million a year. And he still
We're,
decided to stay with Baltimore. So
is
this
that
kind
more
of
than
goes
what
back.
Baltimore gave him?
I think so. Yeah. Here, I'll look it up real quick. But yeah, so this just kind of goes back to like teams. Yeah, he signed a 3 year, $60 million deal with
Uh,
them. So yeah, it's actually more. Yeah, it's like 4 million more per year. But he wanted to stay with Baltimore and obviously probably didn't want to play for the Patriots. So I don't know. Hopefully next year things are a little bit different too, because I think the team should be a lot better this year, just strictly on coaching and talent.
yeah.
But yeah, and I guess they are still looking for a left tackle and a number one receiver before the draft. So who
Good.
knows? Something might still happen. But yeah, I just thought that was interesting. I wanted to throw it out there that they did, offer a huge contract to Stanley, and he still said, "Fuck off, I'm going back to Baltimore." But
Pretty bad that that's happened twice.
yeah, it did. But you know what? You know who it didn't happen to? And I'm sorry Al's not here, but we can't wait. I
Yeah.
mentioned before when we're talking about Twitter was down and it came out Milton Williams. Oh no, he's going to sign with the Panthers. How do you sign with the Panthers? Like I think we were all thinking that and saying it like
I
dude, the
know. I was like,
Panthers
how do we get
suck
beat out by
too.
the fucking Panthers?
Yeah, but you know what happened? It came out that wait a minute, the deal is not signed yet. There's still teams clamoring to get him. Elliot Wolf got on the phone and said, "Listen here, fucker. How do you like $26 million a year, huh? About a 4 year, $104 million deal, huh? How do you feel about that?"
How does that
You know
sound
what
to you?
happened? He said, "You son of a bitch, I'm in." And he came
That
here.
sounds pretty good.
So this is great for a lot of things. First of all, he's the highest paid Patriots player per year ever. Crazy.
Which is crazy.
Crazy to think about. And another thing, this shows that people are talking about, the new regime, is it different, whatever. This is different, this sign.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what would have happened last year. The Patriots probably don't get him. The year before, when Belichick's here, they
Yeah.
probably don't get him because Belichick's not going to want to call and grovel or do whatever. Gerard Mayo probably, like, we don't even need to talk about it, but whatever it is. But this to me shows that they're serious about changing a little bit and paying for who they want to get. And like, without getting into the contract details too much, because Al knows it. I'll look it up. I don't know if you remember it off the top of your head. It's They can get out of the deal if they want after a 2 year deal. After 2 years, there's a shit ton of um incentives, like game incentives, everything. I
Yeah.
think the most ever. There's like 2.4 million each year in incentives or whatever it is.
Nice.
But dude, Milton Williams, he's here. He's coming from the Eagles, Liam. He's got
Fired up.
championship pedigree.
He
He's done
does.
this shit before. You line him up, assuming Barmore is good. You have him, Barmore. Maybe they draft someone. Maybe they get some people in there. Harold Landry. Al, you're back,
I
buddy.
Good
am sorry. I
timing.
had an important phone call I had to take.
Great timing. I don't care because you know what I was talking about? The
What's that?
important phone call that Elliot Wolf made to Milton Williams.
Oh yeah, the
This
good
is what we're
stuff.
on, buddy. Let's go.
Oh, I
So,
love this.
so I was just saying, and then I'm gonna throw it to you guys. This shows a lot of things. Highest paid Patriot player of all time per year. This shows that the new regime is different from the old one. They overextended. They did what they could to get the guy. The consensus number one free agent available on a lot of people's draft, or not draft boards, free agent boards. The Patriots got him. This is huge. Run stopper. Get after the guy. Big body to go next to Barmore. Elliot Wolf did his thing. Got it done. I'm pumped. I don't even care. I like that we haven't harped on overpays. We mentioned it like twice. I do not care. I love this signing. I think he's going to be great. He tweeted a picture of the Patriots flag. I'm down. How do
Yeah.
you guys feel? Milton Williams, a Patriots, 4 years, $104 million.
Allow me to start with this one here.
Fuck yeah.
So I will say, and I said it a little while ago, and I do think it rings true to an extent that Milton Williams and Josh Sweat were products of a great defense, and that made them look even better. But I will say Milton Williams is absolutely worth the signing. Like, this guy is a mean-spirited football player. And when you watch his highlights, all of them scream, fuck you, give me the ball. I've been watching his highlights. I obviously watched every game of him this season. 10 minutes left in the third quarter. That absolutely treacherous Falcons game, one of the Eagles' only two losses of the season. Milton Williams comes up the middle and fucking crushes Kirk Cousins. Watch the highlight when you guys get off this call. An unbelievably bone-chilling hit on poor old Kirk Cousins. He had a hit and fumble recovery against the Cowboys where he's scratching and clawing to get the damn ball from a running back he basically knocked unconscious. He is a mean-spirited dude, and we are signing him superstar money, but that's not what I'm expecting of this guy. I want him to be super solid throughout the regular season and then do what he did for the Eagles in the playoffs, where he's a big time playoff performer. Had a sack in almost every playoff game and had one of the biggest defensive plays in the Super Bowl. I won't say it's the biggest because Cooper DeJean had a pick six, but we had all seen the strip sack off Patrick Mahomes that he had. He's a monster. He goes and gets the football, and that is the dream for a defensive tackle. He plays like a defensive end. I gotta say, I think he's the fucking man. And I am thinking, not this year, maybe next, not like this upcoming season, maybe the season after, when we're making a big playoff push. He's the type of guy that we look back on 10 years from now and go, man, like we go, remember playoff Richard Seymour, playoff Teddy Bruschi when he got all those picks. We'll go, remember playoff Milton Williams when he fucking crushed Josh Allen, stripped him, buried
Yes.
him, and picked up the football. Like, he's just one
Oh,
of those guys. He always plays pissed off, and I love him.
who are you going to double? You can't double
Yeah.
Barmore and Keon White and Williams.
Well,
You
that's the
can't
thing. And I'm
like
actually quite excited for no
Harold
Barmore
Landry.
because Milton Williams is going to get all the attention while Barmore's out. And then, all prayers above, Barmore comes back. Then Milton Williams is going to go, whatever I've just dealt with for, the last month, the last year, however long Barmore's gone. When Barmore comes back, Milton Williams can be like, this is fucking easy.
Dude, because people talk about how Milton Williams was a Jalen Carter merchant. People had to get him.
Yeah. And he was.
Christian Barmore is better than Jalen Carter.
Yeah.
So
And
he
just because
should
he was a
produce still.
Yeah, and just because he was a Jalen Carter merchant doesn't make him bad.
Nope.
The attention was on Jalen Carter, but Milton Williams got to Matt Stafford
He still
twice.
did what he had
He
to do.
got to Patrick Mahomes for the strip sack. He got to those quarterbacks all those times. He's a mean mugging motherfucker, and I'm
Yep.
psyched to have him on this team.
Yeah. Al, I want to know your thoughts. But did you see really quick? The Patriots offered Ronnie Stanley $24 million a year and he turned it down.
Ronnie Stanley offered. Wait, say that again.
The Patriots offered Ronnie Stanley $24 million a year and he took $4 million less to go back to the Ravens. It just came out like while you were gone.
Wow.
So yeah, just
wow.
I wanted to kick you in the balls before you get excited about Milton Williams, but yeah, whatever. Patriots lost out on two people because they didn't want to take the money. But I just wanted to throw that out there. But Milton Williams, though, get your dick back. Let's
Dude,
go.
these highlights are
How do you feel?
electric.
The
I
whole
can't
situation too, the whole thing.
Yeah, I can't really Liam pretty much said everything. He hit the nail on the head. I mean, this is a high impact guy in a position of desperate need for this Patriots team. And then when you look at that defensive line again, now you got Milton Williams, Christian Barmore, again, Keon White, like Harold Landry on the edge, like we talked about earlier. It's so much more dynamic and explosive. And Milton Williams is going to cause havoc for opposing offensive linemen. So again, there's not much more I can add to it. Just I'm excited. And you know what? For anybody that was like, oh, they're paying Milton Williams more than they ever paid Tom Brady. It's like it's different time, dude. Different time. There's a higher salary cap, everything. So
contract,
Tom
by
Brady
the
has
way,
been on the team
bring
in
up the
6 years.
contract. But yeah, it's been long. Like, get over Tom Brady. Al, you had some more details about the contract because I was trying to say it to Liam real quick, where it's really like a 2-year thing, a lot of incentives, whatever it happens to be.
yeah.
You explained it better to me before we hit record. So I want, because his deal is 4 years, 104 million.
Yep.
But what were like the little details that like Patriots fans should be even more excited about that you were talking about?
So this is from Pro Football Talk. They had it really well worded. So, and I'm again exact quoting from Pro Football Talk. Of the total $104 million over 4 years, the contract for Milton Williams to the Patriots have firmly committed to less than half of that. To get it all, Williams has to do 4 of the following things. Number 1, show up for the minimum number of offseason workouts for all 4 years. The percentage that is minimum is usually very high. Number 2, he must be available for all 68 regular season games. Number 3, he has to play well enough in 2025 and 2026 to persuade the Patriots to continue the relationship in 2027. And then finally, he has to play well enough in 2027 to persuade the Patriots to continue the relationship in 2028.
Which all sounds doable because he's 25 years old.
I love this deal, dude. This is good for both teams. It's good for him too, because like, guess what? Because he can still do all this and then still get another big contract. And the Patriots are kind of like, listen, if we'll pay you if you do well.
We'll
if
pay
not,
you forever.
Then it is what it is.
Yeah.
We'll pay you for. That's why it's crazy that they like the fact that they called and beat out Carolina and they got him here. Like that's crazy. That's crazy. And I'm very excited and we're almost about to get to the end. So Al, you can tell us, the actual defense, what it looks like now. Yep. I am so fucking excited to see Milton Williams play. Like,
yeah,
I cannot wait to be here. And like, I don't care. I wish they paid him more. Overpay. I don't care. You have $1 bazillion. Like, just get the guys you need. So then next year you don't need to do this. People will want to come play. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there was a play on the when the Eagles played the Rams in the regular season. Matt Stafford's dropping back in the pocket, and he's about to throw it intermediate over the middle, and Milton Williams just sticks his hands up. So Matt Stafford tucks it and goes to run, and with that same arm that he put in the air, he just grabs Matt Stafford and falls to the ground. And I'm like, oh my God, he stopped the throw and sacked the quarterback. I'm like, oh, it's so good.
I can't wait. I can't wait. But yeah, Milton Williams, any final thoughts on him? Or really the big free agent signing.
Yeah.
The Patriots
My
got their
my
guy.
favorite. I'm
Can't
so
believe they
fired
got
up.
him. Can't believe
Yeah.
after all the
Nope.
supposed signing with the Panthers, and then it's
Yeah.
like, oh, quite done
Mhm.
yet.
We were devastated. And then like an hour and a half later, we're like, is he in play? Like, dude, I wrote him
Are
off.
you
They
kidding
said
me?
he's signed with the Panthers.
Yeah. Adam Schefter said, like, yep, he is signing with Carolina. They get their guy, blah, blah, blah. And then Shefty, almost 2 hours later, running around on his phone on ESPN, being like, hold up, hold up. Yeah,
Wait a
that's right.
minute.
Maybe get the info correct before you get all the info out there. I said it
I'd love
last
to
week.
be a fly on the wall and see how that went down.
I hope we get it. And so I don't know if we will, but like I want to know like who
I
like
want to
was he
know.
about to sign and like his agent was like, hey, it's Elliot Wolf and Mike Vrabel on FaceTime.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
there's a Zoom call for you. Here's the login. Like
100%. Yeah.
click
Because,
in.
like,
Like,
was he in Carolina? Is he at his house just taking these calls? Like, I want to know how
yeah,
this went down.
right. Like yeah, I want to know. Like was
Because
he
if
like
he's
ready to
in
go?
Carolina, that's sick shit. That's
Yeah.
fucked.
I wonder. I really want to know, but like, I don't even. I like that you beat out a team that's in your tier that is
Yeah.
building up. Bryce Young, he showed
Yeah,
he's decent. They're building something too. They're
they are.
I think the Patriots are better.
Yeah.
But like they're building something. They got their guy Milton Williams. Can't wait for it. The next two signings are. I guess there's actually three. They get less exciting as we go. The Patriots got their receiver. Um, from the Bills. Mac Hollins, 2 years, 8.4 million. I don't think we need to spend a lot of time on this. All right, cool. Like I don't. All right, it is what it is. I guess he played with McDaniels. He had a good year under McDaniels. Like, all
Yeah, he
right,
did.
Great
Yeah.
costumes too.
yeah, great costume. He walks barefoot into the stadiums because he likes to be one with the earth. I guess. Listen,
Fucking
I think
weird.
this if anything, this should tell your not your Pop Douglas or your Booty or whatever, but this should tell Jalen Pope, Javon Baker, like get your shit together or we don't need you because Matt Collins can easily replicate the production that you had last year. So whatever. And I guess he's a special teams guy too. So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. Any thoughts on Matt Collins? Really? Dude's in fucking tremendous shape.
I
Like
mean,
he's got to calm down. He's got to
that
chill out.
means that somebody's going to be out the door real soon. It's probably going to be one of Kendrick Bourne or even Javon Baker.
Oh, no, see, I think Baker is going to be the one that makes it over Pope, by the way.
I'm
That's my
not going to fall for this again. Because we got KJ Osborne and he didn't play a fucking lick. So I'm not going to be like, ooh, somebody else's job's in danger. Because KJ Osborne was better than fucking those other two receivers. And
Yeah,
who do we still have and who do we
you're
not
right.
have? So I'm
The
not
other
falling
team.
for this again. Although I do think it's interesting that Matt Collins had the most touchdowns of his career last year. I had no idea.
I don't know either. I know that he had one good game because I had him in prize pick, so he got me the bet that I
Yeah,
wanted. So
no
that was
shit.
cool.
His yards were, all his yards kind of across the board every year. Pretty
Yeah.
fucking pedestrian.
Yeah.
He
I
had
mean, I know he was
less
with
than 400
Oakland.
yards.
What was his year in Oakland? Do you have that up there? Because
It
I
was his
know
best. Yeah, he
that
had
was his best one, right?
700 yards
Cool.
and four touchdowns. Last year, he had less than 400 yards and five
All right.
touchdowns.
Yeah, just be a solid number 4 receiver if we need you to.
Yeah.
That's all. No worries. But yeah, Matt Collins, he's here. And then this because we said Jacoby Brissett. Al, you let us know before we hit record. Jacoby Brissett's going to the Cardinals, so the Patriots needed a backup quarterback, a veteran. They got Josh Dobbs, 2 years, $8 million. Cool. I have no issue with it.
Yeah.
Solid backup. Yep, it is what it is. You need a backup because you can't just have Joe Milton back there. So you got to have another one. Teams like to have two backups. I like it. Thoughts from you guys?
Um,
No.
cool. Like again,
Yeah, right. Like I don't. Cool. I don't know. No eyebrows. I don't know.
I was pretty fired up. We got the pastronaut on our team. I think
Oh,
he's
God.
actually a monster. I'm a huge fan. Loved him at Tennessee. He's part of one of the greatest college football games that's ever gone down. Look up those highlights. It's a
yeah.
incredible game.
And actually, no, continue. I'm sorry. My bad.
But like, I remember his year on the Arizona Cardinals. He beat the fucking Cowboys, and for that, I'll love him eternally. But he was pretty damn good on the Cardinals, and then he went to the Vikings and kind of rescued their season before they inexplicably benched him, which I don't think he deserved. 5 touchdowns, 5 picks. He throws a lot of picks, but he's a fucking genius. And worst case, this whole Patriots thing goes to shit. He can build me a rocket to get me off this fucking planet.
Worst
And you
case,
know,
everything goes to shit.
and you know what the best thing is? We can use Joe Milton to potentially trade for a receiver. That just
No,
sounds
Which
great.
I
I
think
think will
we keep
happen.
Josh Dobbs and use him as trade bait.
Okay. All right. So the last one, Josh Dobbs, cool. Just like a flaccid thumbs up. I don't really care. Good though. Last signing the Patriots made. I'm sorry, sir, but I do not know how to say your first name. Kyrus Tonga, defensive tackle, 1 year, $2.7 million. He's going to be a rotational guy. He might not make the team, but this strikes me. What this tells me is Daniel Aquale is probably gone because I think he's going to kind of take over a few of Aquale's snaps. He's a good run stopper, I guess, which is great. That's what the Patriots. He's a big fucking guy. He's
Yeah, he
huge. He's
is.
like 340 and he's like 6'3" or 6'4", something like he's a big guy, massive human. Cool. Like this, that's why like these last three between Hollins, Dobbs, and Tonga, cool. Like it is what it is.
Did we even mention that Devon Godchow got traded?
No.
No, actually, we will bring that up right now. So Devon Godchow got traded to the Saints for a seventh
Seventh
round
round
pick.
pick. Love it.
Yeah.
I didn't
What
know
did
he went to
Vrabel say?
LSU. I
Vrabel
probably should
said
have
he was
figured by last name.
removing entitlement from the team. Do you
Yep.
think that is
I think that's a little
something?
part of it. And I
A
think
little
too,
bit of it?
I think Godchow, it just isn't going to fit the system, the new
Yeah.
system that's going to be in place. So it's like, you know what? Where do you want to go? Oh, it'd be cool to go to New Orleans. Okay. Hey, New Orleans, what do you want for
Hometown.
Godchow?
Yep.
Like, what can you give us? You want a seventh? Cool. All right. See ya. Bye, Godchow. Like,
I don't know
Yeah.
why he would be entitled because he didn't really do a whole lot.
I
He
don't
didn't
know.
do nothing, but he didn't do a whole lot. But hey, we don't know the fucking guy.
Yeah. I
Good
don't
for
know. I
him.
mean, kind
Wants
of
to go
whatever,
home.
but yeah. I don't know. I mean, fucking Milton Williams is here. I don't give a fuck.
true.
Like,
And
sorry.
let's just look at this defense. This
Yeah.
defense
Say
Mm.
it.
is
Give the deep. Actually, no, wait, hold on. Liam, thoughts on, I'm going to fuck up his name again. Kyrus Tonga.
Actually a pretty solid tackle. His numbers aren't too bad.
No
I'm gonna
shit. You
level
got
with you.
thoughts.
Yeah. Like dude, they're actually like his numbers are for a backup
Decent.
defensive tackle. Yeah, he's like getting 20 tackles a year. Like
Cool.
he's doing something.
Add pieces. Let's go. Depth,
Yeah.
depth, depth. Change people out. Williams gets tired. Put him in for a little bit. Yeah. Cool. I'm down with it. All right, Al, tell us what this defense is going to be, buddy.
so here's what the defense looks like after day one of free agency. Nose tackle, Christian Barmore. Defensive tackle, Milton Williams. Right defensive end, Harold Landry III. Left defensive end, Anthony Jennings. These are just the starters, by the way. Middle linebacker, Robert Spillane. W linebacker, I don't know what that is. Wing
Will
linebacker.
weak side linebacker,
Sorry,
outside
I should have
linebacker.
known
It's
that.
actually
Weak side.
West. It's Western linebacker, actually.
That's
I
not
thought
what
you
they call
said
it.
West. Christian Ellis is in that spot. Left corner, Christian Gonzalez. Right corner, Carlton Davis. Slot corner, Marcus Jones. Deep safety, Jabril Peppers. Box safety, Kyle Duggar.
Let me ask you something real quick.
Was there
I
no
love that.
Sam linebacker?
I think Bentley is going to be, I think it's going to be
That's
Bentley and
just what it
Spillane.
was. That's just what it was.
I
on
think,
the
I
internet.
think the starting, somehow they're going to figure out it's going to be Bentley and Spillane are going to be played.
Yeah.
Somehow, I don't know.
Early downs, and then as sub linebacker, it'll
Yeah,
be.
either way. Yeah. 'Cause, I mean, you got to
Ellis.
have Bentley in there. He's a captain. He's a hard
Yeah.
fucking hitter, too.
Yeah.
Dude, that defense, I'm fine. They're going to add, too. You know, they're going to draft someone to be in there.
The run
Yeah.
defense is mean.
Dude, and what did we say last year? What happened? They would get just death by paper cuts with the
Yeah.
runs.
Dude,
Like,
friggin' that Texans game would have been a game if Joe
Ugh.
Mixon didn't go for like 200 yards and 2 touchdowns.
exactly. Milton Williams will not allow that. Christian Barmore
No.
will say no. Jawan Bentley will say no because he's
Probably
a
would have had
really
something to
good
say
run
about it
stopper.
last year if he was around.
Dude, Bentley is a very good run stopper.
Yes.
So yeah, Christian Ellis is going to be in there too. I know Liam, you were pumped about him. Christian Ellis
Yeah,
with two
I love
S's.
him.
I like him too. Jelani's Tavai is still here.
Talk about the king
Unfortunately,
of entitlement.
yeah, I don't know.
Al's like just a little more entitlement.
Yeah,
Just a
I
little
like
less, please.
I want linebackers, but I kind of want him gone. Like, yeah, it is what it is. But yeah,
We're
man,
gonna
that
need the
defense,
depth because we know how this is gonna go. We're gonna lose
everyone's gonna
all
get
our
hurt.
linebackers in week 2.
First game of the year, Milton Williams hurt.
Yeah, bang. You're like,
Oh,
Christian
don't
Barmore,
say that. I'm
heart
knocking on wood
heart
right
clots
now.
again,
Don't say
blood
that.
clots.
shit.
Fucking, yeah. So far overall, I'll just list the names. We'll kind of give overall. It doesn't have to be exact letter grade, but just how we're feeling so far. Patriots signed defensive tackle Milton Williams, corner Carlton Davis, linebacker Robert Spillane, linebacker Harold Landry, defensive tackle Tonga, offensive lineman Morgan Moses, tight end Austin Hooper, quarterback Josh Dobbs, and wide receiver Mac Hollins. How do we feel about just these signings in a vacuum? How are we feeling about them? Because I'm good. I'll give 2 thumbs up, 2 strong thumbs up. That's
Yeah.
how I feel about it.
I'll give a letter grade. I'll give a B plus. It's really strong,
Yep.
really good, but I think there's a little bit of improvement that can be made to make it to an A level. Get that receiver that we talked about. Maybe just sign a left tackle like Jedrick Willis, Cam Robinson, whoever.
Cam
But like,
Robinson, yeah, no one's talking about him. What's he
I
doing?
know, very weird, but
Yeah.
yeah. And then wide receiver, maybe get a Cooper Cup in here once he gets released by the Rams. Like, if you can bring like those two pieces in, then I think you're getting into the A range.
Yeah. Liam, how do you feel about it so far?
I like what Al's thinking there. I would probably do the same. I'll give it a B just because I think they definitely could have went a little better than Matt Collins at wide receiver. I understand maybe you don't want some fucking superstar to take away from young guys that you're trying to develop. But even as a role guy, like there's so many other people that you could have got that I probably would have rather have got. And then Morgan Moses, I like, but I don't love. I think we could have gone a little younger and maybe not better, but at least more potential, which means a lot to me. So, like for those reasons, I'll give it a B. But I like the depth. I like the big name signings. All of them made sense. Every single one of them makes
Mm-hmm.
perfect sense. There wasn't a single signing where I was like, even Tonga. I'm like, yeah, I get it. Totally. Load up a D line. Like,
Yep.
fucking
Rotation.
why not? Yeah. Like
Yep.
all of them we need.
Yeah, yeah. If I had to give a letter grade, I'm right with you guys. B, solid B. It would have been an A if they
I
got
totally
someone.
thought you would be an A.
Well, see, if they would have got, because I know we're talking about just these signings, but I still would have wished they got a better receiver. So like if they would have got, say they got Cup, which we're going to talk about him in a second because I want to bring up the report right before we sign or right before we started recording. If they would have got Cup, it would have been an A for me, 100%.
Yes.
I would have been down. But Cooper Cup, I guess the teams in on him are the Seahawks, Patriots, and the Vikings. He's gonna go with the fucking
Fierce
Vikings.
competition.
I bet he goes to the Vikings. But Cooper Cup, I guess people close to him are saying that he is interested in seeing basically like what are the vibes over in New England. Basically, what that report was like. I'm kind of
Yeah.
interested in seeing what's up with that. So, this is my question to you guys. I guess, and I don't know how true this is, but the Rams would take a 7th round pick for him.
That's batshit.
Like
And
I don't know how true that is, and I know like you guys would probably do that, right, to get him over here.
you
But
have 3 7th round picks this year. Just
yeah,
give one up for him. Who cares?
yeah, they should. But I mean, tomorrow's the 12th. Tomorrow is when they can cut him. Rumor is that, well, not rumor, but they are going to cut him tomorrow. So we might be doing a quick 10-15 minute emergency podcast tomorrow if Cooper Cup signs.
So be it.
So with Cup being out there, with which by the way, DeAndre Hopkins signed with the Ravens. Wanted to let you guys know.
That's so fitting.
Whoa.
So
Yeah.
fitting.
See, it's
What?
like it is right. Like it seems like he should have already played there, which is
Yes,
like
agreed.
weird.
Huh.
But yeah, he's there. He'll have another down year. He'll have like a few big games, but I don't.
Yeah, he'll have a catch or two.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know. Which I don't know because I think Zay Flowers is the future of the receiving room there. So I like
Yes.
him. But
100%.
Cooper Cup though. How would you guys feel? Like, and I know you would like it, but like overall, like now looking at everything as a whole, like say Cooper Cup gets here tomorrow, would you sign him? One obvious question, but like what's your excitement level? And like what would that do for your free agency outlook on the Patriots?
I'll make this short, sweet, and to the point. Sorry, Al. The league shouldn't have let the Patriots get a good, stout young white quarterback, and they, by absolutely no means, cannot let the Patriots get another good slot receiver that happens to be white. Bad fucking idea if that happens. This is one of the best off seasons I've seen in a while.
Yeah. Get the player in here, get the receiving room that much better, remove the junk that's in that receiving room, whoever it is, and get Drake May
Al
signed
is
for
out for
weapons.
blood for these young wide
He
receivers.
fucking hates
Al
him.
would cut these
I
guys
He hates
yesterday.
him,
I
man.
would have. I would have. I don't mind saying it. I don't mind
He
saying that
hates
I would
him.
have cut them.
Actually, no, no. You know why he wants Cooper Cup? Because Liam, you hit on a player in your free agency
That's
guest.
true.
I
Yeah.
hit on a player.
Al doesn't even actually like Cooper Cup. He just wants a
Do you know
prediction.
the one? Do you know the one host of Tuck Rule Takes who did not hit on any of their players?
Oh,
It's Al.
teacher, I have a guess. Oh, it's Al.
Yeah, yeah. For a teacher, you were pretty fucking wrong.
I
Yeah.
was
No, no, no,
way
no.
off.
But no, Cooper Cup though, I think that would be like because I keep forgetting we're getting excited about the defense, guys. The Patriots still have Drake May.
Yeah.
Like
And we need offense. So we really need offense.
it makes my balls tingle thinking about
Yeah.
like Drake May is still here. So like if you keep teams, just fucking keep them under 20. Like
And
Drake May can win games.
I think that's why Cooper Cup has interest in the Patriots because that game last year was remarkably close when it shouldn't have been. Even
Yes.
though you guys did not think the Rams are as good as I knew they
No, no, no,
were,
no. I was
they
very low on it.
yeah, I still thought these are an awesome team. They're going to come in here and smoke us, and they were until we came back. And there's no way Cooper Cup isn't sitting on the sidelines watching Drake May throw the ball all over the field against his defense and going, he's like, this kid might have something. He's playing with
Yep.
Matt Stafford, who's got a cannon of an arm and used to be a little more mobile than he is now. He's looking at Drake May. He's like, there's something there.
Drake May's a guy. Drake May's a guy. So yeah, Cooper Cup. We'll see. Hopefully he gets here. I would love it because now I'm thinking that it might actually be a real thing. So that'd be sweet. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I got nothing else to say about this. Overall, I'm happy. We're all giving them pretty much B grades for this for the off season so far for the first day, 2 days, I guess, but they really only did stuff for the first day of free agency. Yeah, we'll see what they do from now till next week. Next week we'll kind of talk about what we think their plan is for the draft a little bit more talk or whatever, assuming some things happen. But there's still players out there for them to get. Cooper Cup and Cam Robinson, if they can get those two, I mean, you can do whatever the fuck you want with the draft if you get them. So, yeah, I'm pumped. Like I said, though, I think we'll all agree here. If Cooper Cup gets signed, we'll hop on real quick, just do a quick little recap of Cooper Cup getting signed here, kind of have it look like talk about what it looks like, what the room looks like now and everything. But yeah, I'm happy, guys. I think this is good. I think the defense is going to be great. Back to the old good Patriots defenses. Drake May should be looking at this pretty happy too. Any final thoughts, kind of outro thoughts on the Patriots first day of free agency before we get out of here?
Good first day. Keep them coming. Keep the aggressiveness up.
So
Fired up, right? Milton Williams, man, you got him. You fucking said, no, get back here real quick. You tugged on Superman's cape and you brought him back. So yeah, I'm pumped. Can't wait. Watch. The Cooper Cup news is gonna break like tonight or some shit like that. But
If it does, I'm going to be so pissed.
dude, you know what? I hope it does. Fuck us. Just NFL.
That's
Say, you know
fair.
what? Fuck
You're
you
right.
guys. We're gonna sign it. So
Yeah.
we'll
Wouldn't
see
be the
though.
first time.
Yeah, it would not be the first time. So this is episode 171, Tuck Rule Takes. We will see you next week, or as you're listening to this, there may be a bonus episode out there, a quick hitter if Cooper Cup gets here, or honestly, if any like big name receiver gets here, AJ Brown. I'm looking at you. But until next time, Tuck Rule Takes for Liam, Al, Mike. We will see you guys next week. Patriots sign some people. Get pumped for the 2025 season. 2025. Why I said 2025? That's a stupid way. Otherwise, though, we're out. See you guys next week or later this week. Sweet feet. Goodbye.
It's Milton Williams.
Milton Williams. Milton Williams feet. Let's go.